Mama, where are these dirty?
Morning. Welcome to the Hobart commuter on this beautiful Hobart day. What we're going to do today is something a little bit different. So I'm often talking about the purpose of this blog being to examine the University of Tasmania's move into the city. Well, what I want to do today is actually go into one of these buildings. This is the accommodation building on Melville, corner of Melville and Elizabeth Street, and have a look at an artistic installation there. Now it happens that on rare occasions, I work alongside the artist who designed this particular installation. And she says you can just go in there and have a look at it. So I thought we might do that. A chance for us to see this new spectacular building. I'll have to be a little bit careful though about filming in the building. I'm not sure about the legality of that, but we'll see when we encounter it. I'm also a little bit nervous on these occasions of incurring the wrath of some minor official who has great power within his small zone of influence and might be bored enough on the day to unleash it on me. But we shall see. In the meantime, if you'll indulge me, I want to, while we're making our way over there, if you'll indulge me a slightly silly listicle, I want to talk about the, what do I want to talk about? Ah, yes, a listicle of the road users that I like the least. So, I'm just going to combine, obviously there's a lot of different road users, but I'm going to confine myself to the main ones, which are pedestrians, bicycles, motorcycles, and cars. Okay, so just get up some pace here so I don't slow the cars down. Coming in at number 4, we've got motorcycles. Now, outside of dirt bikes on a nature reserve, I don't think I've ever had any problems with motorcycles at all on the street. That's probably a lot different from my other cyclists, I imagine. Just because some videos I've watched of motorcycle vlogs, they seem to dislike cyclists, but I'll come to that in time. Namely, I think the motorcyclist is a vulnerable user as well, and they've got other problems to worry about. The grief that you get when you're on a bicycle is people who are in a hurry, they're bored, they're frustrated, they're angry, it's something else. And motorcycles tend to be really concentrating. They don't have time to worry about those sort of petty things. At least that's my experience anyway. Okay, so coming in at number 3 is pedestrians. Now, I don't have many issues with pedestrians, namely because I don't like to ride on the sidewalk. It's perfectly legal here in Australia to do so, but to my mind, it's almost as if you're essentially like a teenager. Like when a teenager uses a child's park with the swings and all that sort of stuff, it's fine, it's legal. There's no one to say they can't do it. But you're going to get a lot of bad looks because that area is not for you. You're too big, you're too blundersome, you're probably going to hurt someone. And I feel like it's the same thing with bikes on the sidewalk. It's not really suitable for bikes, I think. That's not to say that you shouldn't do it if you feel safe. I'm not towing that line at all. But I just don't like to do it. The only other issue I have with pedestrians is just when they jaywalk. And even then, it's not really that much of a drama, but the funny thing when they jaywalk is what's called they kind of pick their pace and then they stick with it. So what you'll get is somebody crossing the road and they'll see that the pace they're going is not quick enough for the bike or the car, but they're too proud, so you call it the proud pace if you like. They're too proud to quicken their pace. So they're too proud to sort of pick up the pace a little bit in order to skip through. So that can be quite annoying. Okay, so we're coming up on the building now. You see it on my left. I'm just going to try and pull in here and see what kind of parking they've got for bikes. Having said I'm not going to ride on the sidewalk, here I am riding on the sidewalk. So they've got some nice parking here. and the installation is just off to my right there. I'm not sure if I can get in. It's a little bit early. Let's have a go. Okay, so here we are inside the building. So you can see that's beautiful, beautiful front windows, and this is the installation we can see. I'll just bring us up here a little bit. Some offices in there. I bet I'm about to get kicked out. But there you can see the installation. This is probably a good angle to do it from, actually. So we've got a young lady there in a dress, just kind of reaching out for what I think are birds. And I'll get closer in a minute to show you what she's made of. In fact, I'll do that right now so you can see look at this building. It's so beautiful. So this is, again, one of the showpieces. Let's try and do a little panorama there of the University of Tasmania's accommodation. So she's obviously a metal structure, and she's made of basically all discarded books, discarded unit outlines, which are basically the piece of paper that the students get that tells them all they need to know about their subject. So what it's designed to symbolise, but obviously you make your own meaning in this postmodern relative truth world, all that sort of rubbish. But what it's designed to symbolise is she's been created of all the information that she absorbs during the course of her degree. So she's basically composed of that information. So UTAS basically building this new person. I really like it. Obviously I know the artist, and I'm partial to any piece where I know the artist and I like them. But it's just a beautiful, I think, piece of artwork there. So hopefully you can see that up on the roof as well. All right, let's get back on the road. Yeah, so the security guard, there it is there. You can see her in the window. There she is, beautiful. The security guard did pop out there and just have a look at me, but he didn't see anything that he didn't, that he took a particular distaste to, so he just took off again. Hopefully, kind of hoping that when you see someone who's talking to themselves, you consider them slightly mad, so maybe that's why he stayed away, who knows. In any case, let's pick up our listicle. Coming in at number 2 is cars. So you might consider that a strange choice, because cars are easily the greatest threat to me on the road, and I think I would be quite warranted in liking them the least as a road user. There's often nothing more antagonistic than a car in terms of intent. There's often nothing more bovine than a car in terms of attention. And I think I would have liked to have put cars at number 1, but the truth is they don't get the top spot by sheer weight of numbers. So there's most cars do the right thing. I mean, if you've watched most of my footage, which I'm sure you haven't, but most of the time cars are very courteous to me as a road user. So I can't discount that. They're my number 1 people that I watch out for, obviously. In any case, that leaves us number 1. Number 1 is bicycles. Hey, cheers, mate. Yeah, so bicycles, oh my God, bicycles are absolutely maddening. You cannot tell one bicycle what they're going to do. They're the most unpredictable species on the road. So for example, let's watch this guy ahead. I cannot tell you whether that guy is going to stay in traffic, or whether he's going to split the traffic down the left-hand side, or whether he's going to go on the pathway. These are all options available to him, but I could not tell you what he's going to do. It's just the least predictable road user. And there he goes, that's fine. It's a good movement. It's a shoulder check too. The other thing with bicycles, a lot of them have no idea what's going on behind them. A lot of them don't indicate. A lot of them run red lights. A lot of them ride along with headphones in. I mean, oh my God. So their senses are really reduced in that way. They're so maddening because they're really bad for the cycling brand. They make us look terrible. All right, so that brings us to the inevitable conclusion of this stupid listicle, or the deduction, if you like, which is that you're a cyclist. Yes, that's exactly right. And the person I dislike most on the road is myself. I'm constantly making mistakes on the road. And I think part of the reason why that is, it's difficult when you have so much choice on the road. That's not an excuse. It's an absolute blessing to have so much choice to move around the road. It's what makes cycling so wonderful, along with everything else. But your excess of choice means that a lot of the time you do make bad decisions. And I know that the majority of what I do when I put myself in danger, it's decisions usually, I don't want to be victim blaming here, it's usually that I've made. I could have taken a safer option, but I took a quicker option. And then I do exactly what I hate, and I ruin the cycling brand. And so that I sort of risk having antagonism from car drivers based on what I've done, put on someone else. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the inside of the UTAS accommodation building and that artistic that installation, which I thought was wonderful. Just watch this car. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.